Some clever Twitter users managed to wipe out billions worth of major U.S. corporation stock by pretending that the companies were actually doing something good. God forbid they should do something good, Farron. But joining me to talk about that is Ring of Fire's Farron Cousins. Yeah, that's the irony that you said before that God forbid they should do something like give out insulin for the right price, right? Pick it up from there.
Yeah, so once they unveiled Twitter Blue last week, which has already been suspended, but people were able to buy the little blue check mark to make it look like it was an official account. So the pranksters, the smart folks, I gotta say, they're not just pranksters, they're very smart. They buy these handles that make it look like we're Eli Lilly or Lockheed Martin. They get on there, they tweet. Eli Lilly says, we're announcing insulin is now free for everybody. Lockheed Martin, the fake account, tweets out, we're going to stop selling weapons to Saudi Arabia. And immediately the stock market freaks out. Both of these companies just saw, I mean, you look at the charts, it's just an immediate drop. $15 billion in wealth wiped out with people who spent $8 killed these companies.
It was impersonation scam they went on. It was fairly sophisticated, but it was well done. And you know, to me, that is the message. Can you imagine that Eli Lilly, who we've sued so many times, they're just one of the corrupt drug companies. I've been across the table in depositions with these folks wondering, am I going to make it out of here because I'm surrounded by sociopaths on the other side of the table? That's how these companies think. But God forbid, I mean, you know, what is it? It was 10,000% markup sometimes that we see drug companies, 2,000, 10,000, 5,000 markup. The latest story was on COVID vaccine where they want to raise 10,000% increase. Okay, well, that's nobody's fault. Is nobody's fault except Congress. Okay, they could stop it immediately. They could end all of this immediately. But what I loved about this story is it called attention to the fact of just what money grubbers these folks are. And God forbid somebody should do something good, which is what these stories were, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And to me, it also shows that, guess what? The public, I know we always talk about it feels like people don't pay attention. What they posted on these fake Twitter accounts, it shows that there are people who pay attention. There are people who do understand what Lockheed Martin is doing, what Eli Lilly, what Nestle is doing. There was another Nestle one. And God, you and I have gone hours talking about the Nestle might be the worst company on the planet. And people are understanding that. And they're calling these companies out with this, you know, blue check mark, which I think is brilliant. I like it.
I think sometimes on this show we do wonder, is it getting through? Because some of these stories that we do, corporate media doesn't do.
Right.
But you have people out there that are so damn smart. I mean, they're brilliant, and they find the backstory. And I'm always really happy about that. And this is a good example. You had to know the backstory to pull this off. And every now and then, you know, sometimes it's frustrating. We do stories and we go, God, is anybody listening? Because corporate media is not telling the story. But the further I look, and this is a great example, people are paying attention.
It gives me hope. I know everybody, you know, oh, is Twitter going to tank? Is Twitter going to... This isn't even really a Twitter story. This is a story about there's people out there that are paying attention to the abuses of corporations. They're calling them out. And look, again, they spent $16 combined and they wiped out $15 billion in worth for these evil companies.
Twitter is not going anywhere. I can promise you, they're not going anywhere. I saw a great quote, I forgot what magazine it was, comedy is legal again on Twitter. And that's kind of the new feel I think that Musk is looking for. You know, again, I know you're no fan, I'm no fan of Elon Musk's, but something had to be done. And I think maybe this shakeup does help in a lot of ways.
I think once he steps away from it and lets other people start doing things, it'll go back. And there's room for expansion. There's room to do great things. But again, I got no complaints right now because this is hilarious what we're watching happen.
Let's hope it continues.